Instagram, you can actually also type messages as well, which you never, there you go, look, hi, I'm saying hi to everyone. Good morning, everyone, welcome. It is an incredible day. Let's see who joins us today, because it's bank holiday, right? So for many people, they might be doing something else, maybe having a lion, who knows? But you're here, and it's brilliant to see you. Let me share this right now. In fact, I'm just going to make one little change on here, so please bear with. We could have a slight challenge with this for a second, but hey, we love a challenge, right? Wish me luck. Fingers crossed. Pause due to poor connection, but hopefully you guys will be back. We're back with a vengeance. Good morning, everyone. Right now, I need to share this in one other place. I had to think there for a moment. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. La-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great to see you all here. Let's close that down. We might as well. Let's close this down. We got a lockdown situation going on here. Good morning, everyone. Guys, if you haven't shared this, please share it. Let's get this information out there. We are here to make the world a better place. Who is excited about the idea or the concept, or however you want to look at it, about making the world a better place? Who wants to do that? Anyone want to make the world a better place? Yes, because we can do that. But we have to realize what we can do and what we can't do. Because there's a whole load of people out there in the world who really aren't that interested in making the world a better place. And there's a whole load of people that want you to buy things and do things that aren't necessarily going to make you better, like people who want you to watch television, or people that want you to go and buy food that you don't need, or people that want you to do a whole lot of things that you really don't need to do. So this week is all about principles. Now, to me, principles is a fascinating whole concept of asking you, what are your principles? So if you meet someone and you ask them questions, please share this if you haven't done already, because I believe this week is going to massively change a lot of people's lives. We have at Mi365 7 guiding principles that we use to shape everything that we do. And I encourage every single one of you, there's a link in this post, just click on it, it will take you to a web page. You can see those 7 principles. If you're watching us on Instagram, that's not there. You're going to have to go and see me on Facebook. And you can export it, you can download it. I would download it, and I would really have a good look at it. Now, we are not saying that you should take on board our principles, because they are ours. If you want them, they're yours. You can use those principles. I guarantee you, if you use those principles, they will shape your life into a better shape. But you can always take them and you could shape them so they were more your own. Principles are what keep you going. Principles are what you refer to when times are tough. And you think, what are my principles? What are my values, my virtues that will keep me moving in the direction that I want to go? Powerful stuff. And when you study success and you look at great people, you realize that's what people have. They have a set of guiding principles. And it's time for you to have your own, because many cases, the principles you have, they're not yours, they were given to you. So this is the time to get excited and think, wow, could I really develop my own principles? Yes. Or you can borrow ours. It's entirely up to you. First thing I want to say to everyone is congratulations for being here, because there are people who aren't here right now, who would normally be here if it wasn't for a bank holiday. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having holidays, but our routines is absolutely essential. Remember, one of the things we talk about a lot, one of our guiding philosophies, our guiding principles, is that we are looking to take on board habits. Now, what is suicide to your habits is when you get out of a habit. So if you're doing something, it's much easier for your brain to go, we're doing something daily than we're doing something 3 times a week. There is something so much easier for the brain. This is what we do daily. And if you have a day off, that's okay. But if you have 2 days off, that is suicide to your habit. So sometimes the people, they take Friday, they take Saturday and Sunday and off. What I'm saying is, if you then take Monday off from doing things that are important, it can be more difficult on Tuesday to build up, to keep your momentum going. Remember, what are we trying to do here? Help you create momentum so that you then have a movement as you can show evidence of what you have created. So let's this is what we're going to do this week. We're going to unpack 7 incredibly powerful principles that we use. Now, I encourage you today to write down today. Today is the day where you start working on what are the principles for your life. And at the end of the week, share it. You might just say, Pete, I'm just using yours. I love your principles. You might say, Pete, I don't like this one. This is how I'm going to replace it. Why 7? 7 is a powerful number. 7 habits of highly effective people. The 7 wonders of the world. The 7 continents. The magnificent 7. 777. We believe that it's important for you to have 7 principles. So what are our 7? Well, you can find out by clicking on that link, and you can see, you can export it, you can download it, you can print it off, and let's do some exploration. This is important. Who thinks it's important to do some exploration? To decide before we move forwards again, to stop, review, and then we plan to move forwards. But your principles will become your anchor. When times get tough, they're things that you can refer to. Our 7 principles, the first one, it probably won't surprise you. It is that everybody needs coaching. Everybody needs coaching. So this week I'll explain to you why we feel that that's so important. Our second principle is help and support and guidance is an essential part of anyone's success. So you'll see when you download this, help, support, and encouragement. Help, support, and encouragement should be had in abundance. That's our second principle. Our third principle is that a life should be centered around gratitude. Gratitude and victories. So you should be grateful. A grateful life means that you're looking for things to be grateful for, but you're also looking for victories. Now, for you, those of you, show yourself some hearts right now because you're victorious. You're here this morning. If you do anything else today, like, I don't know, that's moving you in the direction that you want to go, let's say, you do some exercise or you eat well, that's a victory. Victory, 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 victory. And I promise you, if you celebrate your victories and you share them on Mi365, you'll find that a lot of people are very grateful for you doing that, and you build up gratitude and you build up your victories. Our fourth principle is quite hard for people to comprehend sometimes, and it's everything happens for a reason. Everything. How many of you believe that? Show me yes or no if you believe that everything happens for a reason. Yes or no? Everything happens for a reason. Some people do believe that and some people don't. But whether you believe it's true or it's not true, that's up to you. But why I'm telling you this, even if you're a non-believer, and I would respect the fact that you believe it not to be true. But just imagine if you still took on board the principle that everything does happen for a reason. What difference do you think that might make to your life? Well, I'll tell you. It means that every time something happens, you could say to yourself, what can I take from this experience? What can I learn from this experience? That's what this really means to me. You know, that you could change it if you wanted to. Not to everything happens for a reason. You could change it because, remember, this week, what is it about? It's about you coming up with your own principles. Me sharing with you 7 that are really powerful for us. You might change everything happens to a reason to I learn from everything that happens. I use everything that happens in order to make my life better. This is going to massively change your life. Our 5th principle is the only thing I can control is myself. The only thing I control is myself. We'll go into all of these much deeper this week, but if you want to get ahead of the game, download it from that link and look at them and just be fun, be curious and think, wow, this is like, I'm going to get in a ship and I'm going to steer my ship using these principles. And when it gets tough, I can go back to my principles to reevaluate what I'm doing, where I'm going, and what's important. So with the 5th principle is all about knowing what you're in control of and learning how to let go of what you can't control. So many of us try to control other people, try to control situations. Why do we do that? It's just practice rather than realizing, whoa. See, if you become a principle-based person, I guarantee you, your life will never, ever, ever be the same again. Whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this on catch up, please understand what we are doing now can transform your life. And for those of you that are already in that process, or for those of you that have already massively transformed, this is going to take things to a whole new level. Our sixth principle is the one that I probably love the most, which is Kaizen, which is a Japanese word meaning baby steps. Recognizing I just need to take baby steps. Just do a little bit every single day. Remember what a genius is? A genius is someone who does little daily actions every single day. See, we live in a world now where most people don't want to invest in anything. They just want to invest in getting something back immediately, a quick win. Whereas real mastery is about what you're doing daily, showing up every day. And I know many of you, again, those of you that have been showing up daily for a long time, how do you feel about what it is that you've achieved as you look back and realize what you've worked on who you've become, and how great you feel about your own accomplishments? There's no greater feeling. So Kaizen is baby steps, recognizing what are the baby steps that you need to take every single day. And then the seventh one, which again I absolutely love, is making a mistake is not a failure. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. You only fail when you give up. And even when you give up, I don't think, because I know people who have given up but still come back. We want to make mistakes. We want things to not work out the way that we want them to, because that's where we're going to learn how to get stronger. Does this make sense? I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I've written down here that I wanted to share with you. So what principles become is a guiding force in your life, something you can follow. When you're in doubt, you can always go back to them. For me, it's like a compass. It's like a compass. And I asked this question this morning on the Elite broadcast that we did at 6:30 this morning. I just asked a question. I'm going to ask all of you, which is this. How many of you have been following this for a while, following me for a while? And I said, give yourself a percentage of how well you feel you've committed and immersed yourself in Mi365. So just give me a figure, whether it's 20%, 30%, 40%, 100%. Thank you very much for loving our principles, but you now have a chance to decide what are your principles. And once by the end of the week, by Friday, you're going to have your principles in place. They could be ours, they could be yours, they could be a mixture. It doesn't really matter, because this is your life. Your life, not my life, your life. I'm just here to help you and guide you to build a better life, as so many Mi365ers are. So Carmen, 100%. I would agree with her 100%. Nicola, 60. Remember, there's no right or there's no wrong here. 60 is better than 50. 50 is better than 40. Abigail, 60. I think, Abigail, you're being a little bit harsh on yourself there, but that's just my opinion. Joanne Gibbons, yes, 100%. What percentage would you give you of immersing yourself in your own personal development? Look at that. We've got 70, 70, 75 and growing. 100. But look at the people who've written 100. So check out Carmen, check out Joe Tyler, and ask yourself, those of you that have committed 100, look at those people. Go and watch look at their posts. They're good role models. They're people that you could follow. And they're good people to follow. Jen Reddings, yeah, definitely 100%. Eddie, you're being a bit hard on yourself there, but again, that's just my opinion. So Carol, you say 10. 10 is better than 9. 9 is better than 8. But the challenge that you have with all of this, the challenge that you have, and is it okay for me to be really firm and honest and upfront with all of you? Those of you getting a little bit of extra time today because you showed up on a bank holiday Monday. We want to keep our broadcasting in no more than 15 minutes. But what I want to say to you is this, right? When in your life have you ever committed to 100% to anything? When in your life have you ever committed 100% to anything? Right now, think of things in your life that you have committed 100% to. You know, I've committed 100% to my wife. I've committed 100% to many of the people that I work with. I've committed 100% to building Mi365 for it being the most positive and powerful community the world has ever seen. Now, it's not 99%. It's not 98. It's not 95. It's 100. You see, the problem is, even if it's 99, then you leave 1% room for doubt. 1% room for hesitation. And I want every one of you to think about what would it be like if you commit 100% to Mi365 or 100% to your personal development, you being the best that you can be. Think of in your life that things that you cannot commit 99, you can't commit 58% to your marriage. Well, you could do, but you were never going to have the marriage that you could have unless you were all in. So what would happen if you committed 100% to yourself? See, many of you think, well, what if I failed? Listen, you want to fail. You want to make things better. It's not about being perfect. It's just about being the best that you can possibly be. Does that make sense? It's good that Marty's joined us. I'm asking all of you to think about this. Are you in or are you all in? It's entirely up to you. I like that. My friend here has just said, remember, you can't teach what's in front of you until you let go. You can't reach to what's in front of you until you've let go of what's behind you. Look, you guys are amazing. What is imperative for me is you guys don't blame or shame yourself for not being the best that you can be. But if someone's written 100%, I would really be curious. Okay, well, why? You know, what have they achieved? Well, Jim Lawrence, what has he achieved? I mean, he's lost a ton of weight, totally turned his life around. Then you've got people like Desi Wilbury. You've got, go to the Mi365 website, mi365.me, and look on members of the month. And look what our members of the month have done. You can copy these people. By the way, we announce our new member of the month tomorrow, which I'm excited to share with you. That's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Click on that link. In fact, let's end here. Goodbye, Instagrammers. Click on that link. Let's end the video. Let's do a quick recap for all of you guys. Something like a recap. Here we go. So this is a recap from the 7 o'clock broadcast this morning from Mi365ers. This week is all about principles. There's 7 principles to guide your life. Why 7? 7's a very powerful number. 7 wonders of the world, 7 continents, the magnificent 7, 7 habits of highly effective people. Our goal for this week is for you to decide what your principles are. A principle-based life, as long as they're your principles, is a life of infinite possibility. So you can download our principles on the link in the post here and look at them and think, do I want to take these on, or do I want to reshape them? Do I want to come up with my own? And I'm asked everyone today to think about how much of a commitment have you made to being the best that you can be. If it's not 100%, then even if it's 99, you leave 1% of room for doubt and hesitation. Let's go to work this week on coming up with our own principles to create an amazing life. It's going to be awesome. You're awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. Share this story. Share this wonderful experience that you're on with everybody else. Use the Facebook group to get support and share your journey, whether it's pictures, whether it's videos. Get it out there. This is your life. This is your Mi365. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Thank you for sharing this if you have, and we will see you tomorrow. Much love. All the best.